And I bought some more of these. I need to just get them out because these ones my daughter has like bit when she was teething. She would get into my drawers and just chaw on these. Welcome back to my channel. As you saw in a couple videos ago, I reviewed this I Want Kandee palette along with a couple other things in the collection. And so I am going to use these eyeshadows today to create this look. If you guys want swatches or anything else like that, I will link that video somewhere in here and you guys can click on that and watch that. This one is just going to be a little tutorial for you showing how I did this eye look, and I used the Kandee Glow Luminizer on my cheekbones and I used the black licorice liner today. So go ahead and keep watching to see how to achieve this look. Okay, so I look kind of strange because I have no color in my face. It's just all foundation and no contour, blush, eyeshadow, anything else. I'm gonna go ahead and use the Kandee Johnson I Want Kandee palette that she did with Too Faced today, and I have tried out all of these recipes in her recipe book and they are really good. One thing that I found that was kind of funny though, and they must have just not caught this, and I wonder if your guys' books are like this too. Sugar and Spice, I was like, that doesn't look like the plummy shades that she's talking about, but this does. So these two are switched, the recipes and the pictures, but they're still amazing recipes. I've loved using these. I posted a picture on my Instagram with the cotton candy look, but I'm gonna go ahead and get started with this look. So this raspberry cocoa was one of the colors I was first drawn to, and I swatched it and it looks beautiful and I've used it a couple times. So I'm gonna go ahead in with that on my transition area with a fluffy brush. And these shadows are really beautiful. They're really pigmented, but they're buildable and blendable. They're not like too over the top and you don't get a ton of kickback or anything like that. Oh, look how pretty that raspberry cocoa shade is. I love it. I seriously could just pop some lashes on and go out with this look and I would be happy as a clam. I think this color is so pretty. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put sparkling cider on my lid. And I'm going to spray my brush with a little bit of Fix Plus just to make it more pigmented and metallic. And this is my first time using this sparkling cider shade, and I thought it was going to be just like any other champagne shade, but it really is kind of unique. It's almost matte, but it's like slightly shimmery, and so it's more like a satin, where a lot of these champagne colors are total shimmers. So it looks really pretty, and like if you have aging eyes, it's not gonna look too intense and creepy. I'm gonna go ahead and take that frosted pink, and I'm gonna pop that right in the center of my lid, just to give it a little more of that glowy look. Then I'm going to use hot chocolate and I'm going to put that on the outer corner of my eye. Like when I see these kind of palettes and they have this color, I'm like, oh, every palette has that color, but there is something different about this color. It is definitely warmer and richer and chocolatey. It really is like the color of chocolate. And it smells like chocolate too. So like I said, I kind of like that these dark colors aren't too ultra pigmented, so you can really kind of build it up. It's kind of foolproof for beginners because then you don't end up packing on way too much product, but they're pigmented enough. I'm gonna take a little bit more of that raspberry cocoa again and just pop that in the crease again because some of it is kind of rubbed away. And then I'm gonna pop a little bit more of that frosted pink on the center of my lid again. I like to do this like layering technique when I do my eyeshadows because I think it tends to make everything look intense and none of those colors disappear. Then I'm going to take this smudger brush and I'm going to take that raspberry cocoa color again and I'm going to smudge that on my lower lash line. I am obsessed with this color. This is like my perfect raspberry transition color. Obsessed. It would probably look really pretty all over the eyelid too with like a red crease. And I'm going to take this teeny tiny brush and this color Whipped Cream, and I am loving this shade just for that little pop of highlight. Like, look how intense that is. You just need a tiny little bit and then you can just kind of blend it out, but it is intense. So I kind of go back with the blending brush. Apply some to my inner corners of my eyes as well to really brighten up my eyes and open them up. Blend out that side as well. And then I'm going to go in with the Kandee liner. The first couple times I used this, I was like, ooh, I do not like it because it's very liquidy. But what I have found is if I don't like dip back into the pot too much and I kind of like wipe it off on the sides, then I won't get too much product because a little tiny bit goes a long way, and then I just use that for my entire eye and I do not need to dip back in. And I do like this little angled brush, so I'll show you how I apply that. So I dipped it in and I wiped off that excess. So I'm just gonna go in the center of my eye. And it is nice, like she said, you can just like stamp it and then connect it. Like that, so you can just do little stamps and then connect the dots. See, it made a big mess right there. It's just so pigmented and liquidy. But guys, it stays all day. Like, I have a perfect wing all day. I've never tried any other Too Faced liners, so I don't know if all the formulas are like this, but it really is. I can't believe how great the lasting power is. So I'm going to turn the brush this way to do my little wing. So again, on the other eye, I'm just going to really wipe off any excess of that liner. I forgot, if you don't go too deep in there, then it doesn't make a mess right there. You can even go in at the very end and get into that inner corner when you barely have anything left on your brush. And you guys, I actually really suck at winged liners, so the fact that I can create a wing with this is pretty amazing. I also like to go back in with like a flat definer brush, and I'll just go in and take that licorice rope color and I will top the liner with this. You can also use this color as a liner. I love using powders as liners. It's just like so foolproof. So if you don't have a liquid liner or anything that you don't like, just take a little bit of this licorice rope color or any matte black that you have and just apply that to your lash line. But I also like to set my liner with it too. It kind of will smooth out any bumps that I might have and also make it last longer. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in my waterline as well. And I'm going to take a clean definer brush. I just cleaned this one off on a makeup wipe. And I'm going to take that hot chocolate color. And I'm going to go ahead and put that just on like the outer third of my lash line. And then smoke that out again. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put some lashes on off camera and do some mascara, and then I will finish the rest of my face. I am planning on doing a lash tutorial ASAP. I know that has been very highly requested, so I will do a lash tutorial soon and give you my best tips and tricks. Okay, so I have applied some mascara and some lashes, and I was gonna tell you guys, I'm sorry if I seem a little like, ooh, it's because I'm really tired and I've had a ton of caffeine, so I don't know what is wrong with me. If you guys have any suggestions on how to get more energy, please let me know, because I am always feeling like a zombie. I don't know if that's just part of being a mom or what, but anyways, let's finish off this look. I thought it only fitting that I use the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer, and mine is in medium deep. Oh, I think this smells so good. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this Morphe R2 and apply that. This is kind of a warmer bronzer, so you have to like that kind of warm bronzed look, which sometimes I do and sometimes I'd rather have like more of a neutral tone. Depends on the day. Okay. And then in most of the pictures featuring Kandee for this collection, she's wearing like a hot pink blush. So I'm going to be using my MAC Pink Swoon, and it's just in my Z palette. Sorry, it's already messy. This has been used and abused. So I'm just going to apply that with this Morphe blush brush. It's the M530. This was my first love as far as blushes go. And I think it's because of Kandee Johnson. Just gives you that perfect like flush. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and use the Kandee Glow Luminizer. I showed it on my cheeks in my last video, but I found the best way to use it is to apply it to your damp beauty sponge like this, because sometimes it can be too intense and it can kind of disturb your powders a little bit. So I like to apply it on this damp beauty blender, and if you guys watched my last video, you know how much I love this. Well, not my last video, but my video swatching everything from this collection. And it is so beautiful. It just gives you that lit from within kind of look, but it is a little bit intense too. And my son is screaming. This always happens in my videos. What, bud? Okay, so then I am going to take my Kat Von D palette, and I'm just going to take this shade to contour a little more. I'm going to take this little brush to contour my nose, and I'm still smelling that marshmallowy goodness of the highlight. I'm going to take my damp beauty sponge and some translucent powder and just carve out the contour. I like a very cut contour though. I want my cheekbones to look high as the sky. I'm going to use a little bit of my sleek highlighting powder just for my nose. I have tried the Kandee one on my nose and it tends to kind of accentuate my pores a little bit, so I'd rather just use this one. And I'm going to go in with my all-nighter setting spray. I'm going to fan it. Okay, and I've actually done this before in a video where I haven't dusted off that powder underneath there. Whoopsie! And then I'm just going to go for a very nude glossy lip because my eyes are pretty dramatic. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with my Grand Lips in, I can't remember what color it is, but it's this baby pink color. And I love how this plumps my lips. And it makes them look so shiny and glossy. Has the perfect little amount of color. So there is my completed look with the I Want Kandee Johnson palette. palette. I have really been enjoying this palette, you guys. I thought maybe I bought into the hype at first, but the more I use it, like the more versatile I find it. The looks that she includes in the little recipe book are amazing. I've used those, so I would highly recommend it. Yeah, I hope you guys liked this look, and if you have the palette and recreate it, please send me a picture on Instagram or whatnot, and please don't forget to subscribe. You guys can follow me on Instagram or Facebook. I put all the links down below, and remember that it's okay to be confident, it's okay to be real, and you are beautiful. See ya.